Crown Jewel 2024 review. The second of two Saudi Arabia shows. They do 2 annually, so this is the final one. And so the next one. Can we be done with these? I just couldn't give a rat's ass about these Saudi Arabia Crown Jewel, King, Queen, whatever. Insert PLE Saudi Arabia show name here. I just don't care. It adds nothing of value to the weekly shows. It just feels like a glorified house show. And the crazy thing is, I can't even call this particular episode, this particular show, a glorified house show. Because what they did with the Bloodline was a literal focal point in the entire story. Everything that happened with Sami Zayn coming out to make the save, accidentally kicking Roman, Jey Uso and Roman showing some issues, being divided on some stuff. That kind of story, you just don't... You can't call that filler. I'm sorry, let me take care of this troll really quickly. No politics in the live chat, please. What was I saying? Yeah, just, you can't say that that wasn't an important part of the storyline. And so it would be unfair of me to say this show wasn't noteworthy. It had nothing noteworthy on it. I also thought what they did with Kevin Owens and Randy Orton was pretty damn good. That was pretty exciting. Outside of those 2 things, nothing really happened that was important, if I'm being honest with you. No title changes. I didn't give a damn about either of the Crown Jewel championships. Seth Rollins just beats Bronson Reed, even though their storyline is clearly not over with. So, nothing was really concluded. Everything is being advanced. I just thought it was a passé show. More positive than negative, I suppose. But I'm not going to go back and watch it again. The only thing I would recommend you go and watch, as I said before, was the Bloodline Civil War match, 6-man tag. That opened the show. And then the brawl between Kevin Owens and Randy Orton, which wasn't even a match. It was a segment. Everything else you can skip. Not saying the matches were bad. Matter of fact, I thought a majority of the matches were pretty good. Not taking anything away from the performers, the wrestlers themselves. But this felt like a show that was merely created to entertain an audience of one. And that was the Prince of Saudi Arabia. Or at least the Prince and the fans in Saudi Arabia. Maybe this was that kind of a show that only appeases one segment of their audience. And you know what? Whatever. They're paying you millions. Like, if I'm not mistaken, they're getting hundreds of millions from Saudi Arabia. So whatever the Prince wants, whatever they say they want, they're going to give it to him. Still, that doesn't mean I have to say all their shows are great. And I think we've reached a point with WWE where they're so hot, everything they do is heralded as great storytelling, cinematic masterpieces, great characters. Oh my God, we've entered a new era, right? So for me to come up here and say the show wasn't all that, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get heat. I'm almost certain, for sure, there's gonna be some people disagreeing with me, giving me a hard time for having a different opinion. But that's okay, because it's my opinion. It's my standpoint. It's how I feel. Show wasn't all that great to me. Wasn't terrible, but it wasn't anything noteworthy outside of the Bloodline storyline, which we will talk about in great detail because I thought that was excellent. But what are you gonna do? It happened. Luckily for us, the show took place in the middle of the day, in the afternoon. So now I can go enjoy the rest of my Saturday. Go out to the bar, hang out with people. Not even worry about how people feel about the show. You wanna know why? Because now we can move forward to the real PLE, which is Survivor Series. And that show is going to be bonkers. So if you're gonna get upset, cry, get your panties in a bunch over me saying this show wasn't all that great, you'll be okay. You'll cry yourself to sleep and you'll wake up Monday with me being happy about Monday Night Raw and SmackDown because we're now on the road to Survivor Series. You'll be alright. But outside of that, yeah, let's just go ahead and get to it, y'all. I ain't got nothing else to really say. This will probably be a very, very quick, to the point review of Saudi Arabia's crown jewel. Because what do you want me to say about a glorified house show? If I'm being honest with you. But that's just my opinion. You are free to give me yours. You are free to express yourself about how you feel about the show. If anything really grabbed you, impressed you, give me your grades. Give me your scores. 1 out of 10, 10 being the highest. And I look at that, of course, during the shout-out section and, of course, post-show hangout. But I want to quickly send my gratitude to the fans who took the time out of their day to watch me, because you can be anywhere here on YouTube to watch thousands, if not millions of reviewers. You chose to make me a part of your day, and I'm always grateful for that. So if this is the first time you're watching me, do me a solid favor. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Wow, you're at it. Help expand the brand by doing the following things. Join the membership. Click that join button and get the opportunity to request a video of your choosing, whether it's a live reaction, a hot topic, or a review, past, present, or future. Also, don't forget to give thanks. Hit that super thanks if you would like to donate after the fact. You can. Also, like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, just Alyx Central. Give me a follow on Instagram, give me a follow on Spotify, give me a follow on Cameo, give me a follow on Threads. Follow us on Discord, and give me a follow on TikTok. For I am the tickest of the talkest. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, Venmo, and yes, Super Chats are officially on. You can donate at any point in time during the broadcast to get your thoughts played live on the air. Email me at justalexsworld@gmail.com for business inquiries, just to say hi. And get yourself a t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees and Teespring. Are you a Just Alyx guy? Then join the club. Get you an I'm a Just Alyx guy t-shirt. High off the press. Also, get you an old school Gillespie t-shirt. Get you a new school Alyx's World t-shirt. And many, many more t-shirts coming your way. So please, join the cause and expand the brand today, right here in Alyx's World. Once again, I want to thank the lovely people over at Mint Mobile City. We went from country to town to city. Eventually we'll get Mint Mobile Nation. That's next. Regardless, thank you to Mint Mobile for partnering with me on this broadcast to bring my lovely viewers a sweet, sweet deal on mobile plans. Now, if you are somebody that has a sweet mobile plan for, like, I don't know, unlimited data, unlimited text, unlimited talk, 5G network, but you pay an arm and a leg for it. I'm talking about in the hundreds. You know who you are. What if you could have that same plan, but for $15 a month? Same quality, same everything, unlimited text, talk, and data for $15 a month. That is what Mint Mobile is here to give you. If you want more details, let's get a quick word from our partners before we get to some shout outs. This video is partnered by Mint Mobile. Like many of you, I've been trying to cut back on expenses lately, but let's be real. It's tough when you got things to do and you don't want to give them up. But sometimes you have to make those sacrifices to pay your phone bill and satisfy the big tech companies. That was until I discovered Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile offers premium wireless services starting as low as $15 a month. With Mint Mobile, you can get high-speed data plus unlimited talk and text on the nation's largest 5G network. The best part? You get to keep your phone and even the phone number. Now, if you do want to purchase your own phone, they do have phones available on the website, which you can get through the link. The internet service is reliably fast. It's so seamless, I put it up there with any other network on the market. Now, some of you might think switching to a new service is a hassle. Let me reassure you, this is only going to take you 15 minutes to set up. You could literally do it right now from your phone, no need to leave your house or contact anybody.
And if your device does not support eSIM, then Mint Mobile will personally ship you a physical SIM card.
So if you're like me and you want to save a little bit of money without sacrificing anything, use the link trymintmobile.com/justAlex and start your wireless plan today as low as $15 a month. Don't lose out on this opportunity. Start saving money by switching to Mint Mobile today.
Thank you all so much for being here. Once again, say hello to the Mod Squad. Ultra! Shine Nights and Firestar Heart, Elias Ademi, New Japan Pro Wrestling, yo. Khalil does everything. Highway dealing a danger. And of course, Big MGM, because they help keep this a safe space for wrestling fans like you and like us. Please be sure you like the video. The more you like the video, the more opportunities I will be given to be recommended here on YouTube. So help boost that algorithm by hitting that like button. Shout outs, let's get to them. Oh, just so we're clear, I understand this is a PLE pay-per-view review. The Super Chat Championship is not, and I repeat, not on the line tonight. Well, today. The Super Chat Championship will be on the line at Survivor Series at the end of the month. The World Championship, the International Championship will be on the line at AEW's Full Gear. Just want to clear up that confusion. The Super Chat Championship is safe until the end of the month. That was because the winner, that being Debbie Money, Debbie Money Adams, has decided to hold that until Survivor Series. So if you want that belt, just use these next few weeks to save up your money, because if you come for the king, you best not miss. But keep this in mind, when it comes to the money man, Debbie Money Adams, everybody's got a price. Shout outs, let's get to it. Now, I see JJ, who let the dogs out? Who? JJ Bulldog. Earlier, we had a troll who was voting for a certain orange man. No politics in the live chat, please. You want politics, go on Twitter. Or X. You can have as much politics as you want. But here in the YouTube space, no place for politics. And that is a decision I made. Because it's divisive. We're not going to get divisive here. We're going to keep it family-oriented, okay? We can disagree about wrestling and discuss wrestling. Agree or disagree. But no politics. That's just going to get you banned immediately. Moderators, that is the rule. Keep politics out of the live chat. Thank you very much. Where was I? Not JPEG. Waveface Killer. Darcy Chatham. T Jr. What's good, Mr. Jr.? Mr. T Jr. We got Trey Lucado. By the way, Trey, am I saying your last name right? Is it Lusado or Lucado? Watch it not be either one of those. Dwayne Sweetney. I also see Dro Davidian, Chris Wrestling Views, who thought the show was the best Saudi Arabia show he's ever seen. Now, to be fair, we don't have a lot of great Saudi Arabia shows to pick from. So I'm not going to say he's wrong. But I don't know if I agree with him either. Now, this is coming from someone that doesn't watch a lot of Saudi Arabia shows. So I'll happily just put my hands up and go, maybe he's right. Maybe by default, this was the best one. But we'll see. Slam Tackle TV. He says, here are my 5 talents I feel AEW should feature more heading into 2025. Top Flight, Sky Blue, Kip Sabian, Athena, and Powerhouse Hobbs. Now, Powerhouse Hobbs, I believe, is injured, right? So, maybe he'll be on his way back once he's cleared. Actually, I don't even think that's true. I think he is cleared. They just don't have a direction for him. We'll see. Let's see. Who else is here in the live chat? I don't want to miss anybody. Unless I got everybody. Was that everybody, actually? Yeah, I don't see anybody else new. We got people watching, but they're not talking. There's someone. Harry Grace. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and move things along. Thank you all so much for making me a part of your day. Once again, like the video, get those likes up to help boost the algorithm. Check out the partners, Mint Mobile. Sit back, relax, get your super chats in. Although the super chat championship is not on the line tonight, please feel free to donate. And everything you contribute will go straight back to you guys. And as soon as I end the shoutouts, now they start talking. Where were you, Immortal Beast? Where were you, King Azza? Right? King Azza? Where were you, King Burps? Shaw Yisrael? Oh. Well, I love y'all. Thank y'all for showing up. We're going to go ahead and move things along, though. Let's go. Saudi Arabia. Crown Jewel. Didn't add in a live chat portion for this particular broadcast. Hold on, can I just put it over here? Put it here on the side. How does that look? Does that look okay? Let me pull up one of the matches and see how that looks. Probably won't work. I mean, it's not terrible, but you can barely see it. Sorry, y'all. I didn't consider adding a live chat portion for this particular screen. I'll make it up to you for Survivor Series, I promise. Now, where was I? We opened things up with what I thought should have been the main event. It was easily the most anticipated match of the night, and also the one with the biggest story, the most engaging characters, and the one match that has the biggest implication going into WrestleMania. And that is the OG Bloodline. Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, and Jimmy Uso taking on the new Bloodline, the Temu Bloodline, and the Temu Tribal Chief, Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and Tama Tonga. Did I just do a Kevin Dunn? Tama Tonga. Straight up, the best part of the entire night. Crowd was into it the moment the Bloodline came out. Roman got an excellent entrance. Love his new theme. Def Rebel hasn't been getting it right, but they have been knocking it out of the park when it comes to Roman Reigns' music. Unless this is from a different music source. Who knows? Jey Uso. When this man came out, it was like a legitimate rock concert. He is a rock star when it comes to foreign crowds. This city went nuts for Jey Uso. I cannot believe how over he is. I should believe it. I shouldn't be surprised by it. But every time we go to these foreign crowds and Jey Uso comes out, this man feels like one of the most popular wrestlers of all time. They love this dude. Yeet Mania is legit. And it was not different tonight here in Saudi Arabia. Today here in Saudi Arabia. So the match starts. Great back and forth. Instantly, we had some drama between Jey and Roman. We thought they were good. We found out, nope, they're not good. Because at first, Roman wanted to tag in, and Jey said, nah, I'll tag you in when I'm ready. Uh-oh. Looks like we got some dissension in the ranks. Looks like we got some trouble in paradise. And that's how it stayed. It was drama throughout the entire match. It got to the point where it honestly looked like Solo's bloodline was more of a family than what was going on with Roman, Jey, and Jimmy, which is good because they have a lot of issues that they haven't worked out yet, as you would expect. Eventually, Roman does get in there, but the 4-on-3 advantage was way too much for them. And ultimately, through some interference from
Tongaloa and taking out the referee, Solo Sikoa hits Roman Reigns with not one, not two, but 3 Samoan spikes. And finally gets a pinfall victory over Roman Reigns. Notice I said Roman Reigns because Roman is waning. Good recovery. That was a good recovery. Not really. Roman Reigns took the pinfall. And I'm not going to lie, that shocked me. I didn't think he was going to lose. I thought the Bloodline, the new Bloodline, was going to win, but I thought Jimmy was going to take the pinfall. I didn't see Roman taking the pinfall. He did. He took the pinfall. And then afterwards, Solo stood above him with the Ulafala, and Roman just took a beating. 4-on-3. Until Sami Zayn got out there. And then they did this whole deal where Sami, of course, gets a big pop, Saudi Arabia. He's standing over Jay in the corner, who has a chair around his neck, because the new Bloodline was going to put him on the shelf. Sami is looking at Solo, because the last time we saw him, he was talking to Solo, because they still have a good relationship. That's his dog. Sami's words, "This my dog." And then Sami puts his arms out and goes to hold Solo. We're like, wait a minute. This ain't what I think it is. It wasn't. Sami double crosses Solo, hits him with a T-bone suplex. The OG Bloodline reunite. They start beating up the Timu Bloodline. And then we see Solo standing in the ring with Sami, Roman, Jay, and Jimmy. In all 4 corners. And it's looking like Solo's about to get his. But unfortunately, Sami and Roman thought the same thing. Solo scurries out before both of them, boom, come colliding, and Sami accidentally, inadvertently, kicks Roman. Which then upsets Jimmy, who gets in Sami's face, and that upsets Jay, who gets in Jimmy's face, and then we see the house fall. Roman's divided bloodline continues to falter. The rift keeps growing. There's still a ton of issues left unresolved. Sami walks away absolutely just distraught, angry at himself, watching the family fall apart. And then you see, as Sami walking away, Roman Reigns put his head in his hands, realizing that he is now the tribal chief of a divided house. He is no longer the man, the head of the table. This is exactly what Cody Rhodes said would happen to him. He lost it all. I guess you can say this is Roman's rock bottom. Or close to it, at least. I thought this was excellent. This is masterful storytelling. This is how you build interest. This, my friends, is what you need to do to get fans to invest in your stories. I thought for sure, there was going to be some kind of a, let's just say, rift, dysfunction in the junction between the two. And I called that out in my preview predictions. I didn't think it was going to be this, though. And I love that they went in this direction. And so, now that we know that there's still issues unresolved, and we're now still building to, of course, Bloodline versus Bloodline, OG versus New School Bloodline, Survivor Series War Games, it just makes the storyline even more better. And like I said before in my preview predictions, I don't think their issues are going to be resolved by the time they get to Survivor Series. They can't be. They have to be, I don't know, like very deep rooted by this point, because we're talking about 3 years of mental, physical, emotional abuse from Roman Reigns. He was a tyrant. And honestly, he's reaping what he sowed. If I'm being honest with you, I don't even think Roman should win a Survivor Series. I think he should lose again. Although, if he lost this match, something tells me they'll probably win the Survivor Series match. I don't think they should, but we'll see what they do. Man, this was awesome. I came out of this going, yeah, you know, this show might actually not be all that bad. This actually perked me up and made me go, if we're putting this much effort into the Saudi Arabia shows, maybe I'll stop saying it's a glorified house show. Then the rest of this show happened. So, where do we go from here? Eventually, we got to get Paul Heyman back. I think this divided bloodline will remain divided until we see Paul Heyman. Or, someone just said it too, what if The Rock shows up? We have The Rock come in, and then The Rock starts playing Peacekeeper, only to bring them all together to set them up for a fall at Survivor Series. Think about that. I think this is when things are really going to start wrapping up, because we're past Saudi Arabia, which means every show going forward, Raw and SmackDown, is going to be must-see. And so I'm looking forward to seeing how this plays out over the next, 4 weeks? Yeah, we got 4 weeks, y'all. 4 weeks until Survivor Series. That's it's not a long time, but that's a while. That's a full month. So I'm excited to see what happens here. I think, for sure, we're going to start seeing more of the Rock eventually. I do love, and people aren't talking about this, we're seeing a lot of Roman lately. Usually around this time, he starts taking a break. But actually, no, that's not true, because it's Survivor Series. Is a Big 4 pay-per-view, so he's usually here a lot. But regardless, he's been wrestling a lot more often since coming back at SummerSlam. I don't think he's had like a momentary break whatsoever. He's been on every show. And I don't see that going away. I think he's going to be on every show up until WrestleMania. Because I think he's going to be on the December show, Saturday night's main event. Probably fighting Solo Sikoa. Man. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. One of the best things about Roman Reigns not being a heel champion no more is that he's now here more. I like it. So yeah, the best part of the show, without question, was the Bloodline opener. Looking forward to seeing where the story goes from there. Fatal 4-Way Women's Tag Team Championship. We got Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, your champions, taking on Io Sky and Kairi Sane, aka Damage Control, Metaphor, Chelsea Green, and Piper Niven. So, these Metaphor girls from NXT, they're growing on me. They're growing on me. Miss Jackson, by the way, if you're nasty, is very underrated. Is she actually new? Like, real talk, I don't know much about her. I haven't watched enough of NXT. But the way she wrestles, I don't think she's new. Is she an independent wrestler that they just picked up? Like, for real, tell me, because I don't watch NXT and I wouldn't know that. I know Last Legend is new. She was literally picked up from whatever athletic background that was. I'm not too sure which sport she was picked up from, but she's not a professional wrestler who started off on the indies. But I think Jakara Jackson is, right? Miss Jackson is probably someone that did, because she wrestles like she knows what she's doing. But regardless, I was very impressed with Metaphor tonight. And honestly, now that I've seen them perform more and more, yeah, call them up. Let's go. But surprisingly enough, I thought this match was really good. Probably one of the best matches of the entire night. They really impressed me with this match. All 8 women had great chemistry. Were there some sloppy moments? Sure. I'll contribute that to their outfits, honestly, and being in an environment that, let's just be real, that was a lot to deal with. And I don't know. I also think different skill levels with different people, you're going to get some mess ups here and there. Still, it was a really good match, especially the last few minutes were really, really good. when they were all diving to the outside. You had Chelsea Green pretending she was going to do a moonsault and said, nah. For the record, Chelsea can do a moonsault. She just acts like she can't, which is part of her whole gimmick. Chelsea Green is very athletic, but she pretends she can't do that stuff for her character. So when she eventually does do it, it's going to be a big freaking deal. It's like MJF. MJF for the longest time didn't do high-flying moves or any kind of crazy 640s, 630s, 450 flips. But then when he started doing them, it's like, what? He can do it? Yeah, of course he can. He just doesn't because it's not a part of the character. So then when he does do it, it's even more special. When Chelsea Green hits that moonsault, y'all gonna lose your minds. Fucking love Chelsea Green. Yeah, all 8 women looked good. Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill retained. Nothing really else to say about it. It went exactly how I thought. I just thought the match was really good. So this next match was one of the matches that pissed people off. It has some controversy behind it. So let's get into it. I just feel like, for me personally, when you have a match between 2 heated rivals, and it's a blood feud, Seth Rollins, Bronson Reed. Bronson took Seth out for months, or at least a month plus. Seth comes back, wants revenge. They've been brawling all over the place. You had to separate them with security. I feel like a match like this, or a feud like this, should have really been built to a Big 4 pay-per-view. Whether it's a ambulance match, no DQ, fatal 4-way, Jesus Christ. Last man standing, you know what I mean. I don't know. It just kind of feels like for them to just do a match, even though the match was good, I thought they have good chemistry. For them to just have a match and just have a winner with Seth just beating Bronson Reed, I don't know. It didn't really sit well with me. Now, they did a very good job of making Bronson feel like a monster, because it took how many curb stomps to beat him? Like 5? Including one on the steel steps and another one off the top rope. So, it didn't come easy for Seth Rollins, but he still beat Bronson Reed. And then after the match, Bronson Reed stood up and said, I'm not finished with you. He put a Braun Strowman. I'm not finished with you! But I don't agree with Seth beating Bronson Reed. I wouldn't have had Seth beat him here. I feel like you could have gotten out of this with neither one of them taking a loss. But if you had to have a winner, Bronson needed this win more than Seth did. If you needed to have someone win, have Bronson beat Seth. Seth could have taken that loss. So I don't get that. I didn't agree with Seth beating Bronson Reed. Although the match was good, and although they did a good job of protecting him enough to want to see the feud continue, it just changes the dynamics a bit. Because Bronson Reed took Seth out, Seth gets his win back, so now it's like, well, what do we do now? Why continue the feud? If you would have had Bronson Reed win, and then given Seth his win at Survivor Series, that would have been better. Because we all know Seth has to ultimately win the feud because Seth is going to fight CM Punk at WrestleMania. I understand that. I just personally feel it would have been better if you threw out the match altogether or had Bronson Reed win. So those of you disappointed that Bronson Reed lost, I completely understand. I'm with you. That being said, I think ultimately things are going to be just fine. I think Bronson Reed, now that he lost this match, I see him winning the match at Survivor Series. And then they'll do a rubber match, probably in December, at the Saturday Night's Main Event show, where I think Seth will ultimately win the feud, and then we go on to Seth and CM Punk. But yeah, don't get it twisted. Seth is going to win the feud, and he needs to win the feud. But can we do something to get Bronson Reed over as a result? You can still have Seth win the feud and get Bronson Reed over through the feud itself. But we'll see what they do. Oh, what's next here? I think the next match is the Liv Morgan Nia Jax match, right? Yes, it is. The first of 2 Crown Jewel Championship matches that no one gives a fuck about. Except the Prince of Saudi Arabia. I couldn't get into these matches. Because it's about a title that no one cares about. That they can't even take with them. Yeah, apparently the Crown Jewel Championships are staying in Saudi Arabia. The winners take home a freaking ring. Ooh, congratulations. I do appreciate that, once again, we at least tried to advance some stories through this match. You did have our girl, Tiffany Stratton, Tippy Time, try to come out and cash in on either one of them. She was stopped, of course, by Raquel Rodriguez, Consequence Gonzalez. But that was about it. That was the only thing that was noteworthy. The match just went about, as you would expect, with some interference from Dominic Mysterio and, of course, Raquel Rodriguez. Liv Morgan ends up beating Nia Jax clean. Well, not necessarily clean. There was interference, so dirty. She beats her in the middle of the ring. In the middle of the ring! And Liv ends up walking away as your inaugural Women's Crown Jewel Champion. Okay? You see Triple H in there trying to hand off Liv the belt. And I'm sorry, I thought this was hilarious. You can tell that belt was heavy for Liv. Because Triple H had to hold it up with her while she was taking a picture. I said, nah. Why is that championship bigger than Liv Morgan? It's bigger than her. That thing must have been heavy for Liv. Guys, understand, those championships are not light. That's real gold. That shit is heavy. But heavy is the head that wears the crown. So I can guarantee you that Crown Jewel Championship was really heavy for Liv. But congrats, Liv. You're the champion that doesn't matter. But don't worry, you're not the only champion of something that doesn't matter. Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton didn't happen. I figured and I predicted during my Crown Jewel predictions, one of the matches, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, Seth, and Bronson Reed was going to get thrown out. I predicted Seth and Bronson Reed would get thrown out. And I thought Kevin would squash Randy Orton. Nope, this was the one that got thrown out. Because Kevin attacked Randy Orton before the match, and they just brawled throughout the entire arena. And it ended with Kevin Owens doing an elbow drop off of the barricade, or off of the balcony, I suppose. Basically putting Randy Orton through a table, and they showed Randy Orton getting carted off while Kevin Owens walked away on his own 2 feet. So there you go. I was looking for an apron powerbomb. We didn't get that, but I guess this works too. I suppose. It was good. It was a nice, fun brawl. Randy Orton RKO'd Adam Pearce. Good to see that. But yeah, like it's just a little minor thing in there to make Kevin feel like a monster, to get him to Cody Rhodes for Survivor Series. It's looking like for Survivor Series. What I would do, they're not going to do this, they should do this. I would love it if Kevin won the belt and then Cody won it right back at Saturday Night's main event. Why can't we do that? How awesome would that be if Kevin won the belt and then Cody just won it right back, right before he fights The Rock at the Royal Rumble? Why not? Let's mix it up a little bit. Not everybody needs to hold the championship for 3 years like Roman did. I think part of the reasons why fans are kind of bored with Triple H's booking is that, yes, long-term storytelling is great overall for business, but they don't do a very good job of keeping things interesting. Because you know, based off of long-term storytelling, this guy is not going to drop the belt because he has to fight this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy. So, I don't know. I just feel like it would be nice if Cody dropped it just to keep things fresh and then win it back. So, y'all give me your thoughts about how you feel about Kevin Owens, his direction, his storyline, and where you think things will go from her. From her, not here, but her. Final two matches. Let's talk about the United States Championship triple threat. We got him, Carmelo Hayes. We got Andrade, El Idolo. And of course, with everybody saying, the United States Champion, L.A. Knight. Yeah! This match was great. I think second best match of the night under the Bloodline 6-man tag. Great chemistry between all three men. Listen, y'all gonna stop sleeping on Carmelo and Andrade. I feel like these two especially are carrying a lot of SmackDown with how great their matches are. Now, I think we all knew that LA Knight was going to retain, and he did, and he should have. What mattered here was that LA Knight showed that he could hang, and he did. Jesus Christ, did he. LA Knight is, in my opinion, very underrated inside the ring, because people see him more as a character than what you would call an in-ring technical bell-to-bell professional wrestler. But when it comes down to it, when it's time to get down, LA Knight can do it. He's a good wrestler. And he showed that tonight. So this match was great. He retains. Can we please get an actual final Game 7 match between Andrade and him, Carmelo Hayes, at Survivor Series? They deserve to have a PLE match. Let's make their last 7th match something that people will remember. So yes, one more match, Andrade, Carmelo, Survivor Series, just for the hell of it. And I guarantee you they'll steal the show. They'll have one of the best matches of that entire show. It'll be the best match out of the series, I promise you. Now, as for Mr. L.A. Knight, yeah, where does he go from here? I have no idea. I don't know who takes the belt from him, honestly. I'm thinking about, well, who fights him for this belt? I haven't seen Logan Paul in ages. I doubt he comes back to win the belt. No, seriously, who's on SmackDown that would challenge for this? Because I don't know. I don't really, Santos Escobar? We'll find out. Because right now, I don't think they have anybody for LA now. Maybe y'all can figure something out for me. All right. Let's talk about the main event. The main event of the evening. Cody Rhodes and Gunther, WWE champion, World Heavyweight champion, competing for the Crown Jewel Championship that no one gives a fuck about. So let me just get right to it. I was bored watching this match. I thought the crowd was bored watching this match. You can tell for the first 5 minutes, the crowd didn't give a lick about what was happening inside the ring. They just did their own thing. They went crazy doing their own chants. They started doing the wave. It felt like the crowd was restless and they were ready for the show to be over with. When watching this match, that was the feeling. Please hurry up and get this over with. I don't want to watch this match. I don't care about it. As the match kept going, the crowd got more into it because it's old school. But for me, this kind of match should have opened the show. If you had opened with this match, I wouldn't have been as upset to see it. But by the time we got to the main event, after seeing what happened throughout the show, I was just like, all right, wrap this up. Nothing about this match was exciting. It was your blueprint, average professional wrestling match. There was no drama. There was no heat. The best part about this match was the crowd. The crowd was just having a ball. And you know what? That's what matters, right? The people paid their hard-earned money to come. They were here. They had a good time. I don't know, y'all. I just feel like this is just my opinion. My opinion. This was just not a great match. I thought it was pretty boring. It was lifeless. And worst of all, Cody just won. He just beat Gunther. No interference. I was thinking, okay, since Liv won the Women's Crown Jewel Championship, well, Gunther's going to lose his because we got to have one on each show. So Liv is from Raw, Cody's from SmackDown. Is Goldberg going to interfere? Is this where we get Goldberg? Because that's what I was looking forward to. I was like, well, this is when Goldberg shows up and costs Gunther. And so now we get Gunther and Goldberg. Gunther is protected. He doesn't take a clean loss to Cody. That keeps him strong as a champion. Now we do Gunther and Goldberg at Survivor Series. If not, Saturday night's main event. No Goldberg. Cody just beats him. Clean. No interference. And I'm sitting here like, why would you do that? Why would you have your top champion on Raw just lose clean to the top champion on SmackDown? Can we keep that a bit ambiguous? It would have been nice to just have someone interfere to cost one of them to protect them. No. Gunther just lost. Whatever. Cody's your crown jewel champion. No Kevin Owens came out to attack him. No Rock, no Goldberg. It was just a match. Boring. And that just honestly just made me go, Jesus Christ. I'm so glad this is over with. I'm so glad we're past it. We can now focus on Survivor Series, and that, my friends, is what matters. We poppin' like, oh my girls got real top like.
Afternoon, just Alyx from the Modfather.
The Modfather! From the world of A&B Combos Wrestling Edition. Thank you for your donation, sir. And thank y'all for joining me. We're gonna go ahead and get to the live chat here. Let the people have a discussion about the show. Let you guys take over. So how'd y'all feel? Like, be honest with me. How'd y'all feel about the show? Am I overdoing it? Am I just a Cody Rhodes hater? Am I just a Saudi Arabia hater? Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know.
Need to be a mod on your channel.
Modfather wants to be a mod. What do y'all think? Do you want another mod? Let me know. Maybe we should have the Modfather donate one more time. And then we'll do like this thing where if it gets the most likes, we'll make him a mod. I don't know. We'll think about it. Honestly, Modfather, we'll see how we sit with it. You are doing a great job as a moderator with AAV Combos. I wouldn't mind you being a mod, but we have a mod squad, of course. Gotta run it through them. Let's see what they feel about it. I don't see any other moderators here other than Ultra Shadow 97 and Dylan Danger. So, what do y'all think? Alright, give me your scores. 1 out of 10. 10 being the highest, and your grades. How'd y'all feel about the show? Let me see here. Waveface Killer, if Seth wins on Monday, I'm telling Triple H nepotism. Oh, because he brought in Seth, so he's going to protect him as much as possible. Lord. Let me see here. Timu Bloodline. Everyone loves that. JJ Bulldog says this 6-man tag should have been the main event. 100%. But he also says, JJ Bulldog also says this Saudi show was meh. Let me see here. Not JPEG says, didn't Chelsea show skills in TNA Impact? That's what I'm saying. Like, Chelsea is very athletic, and she showed her skills in different companies before. She also showed her skills in Lucha Underground. She's very good. Uh-oh. Let's pause for a minute. Everybody, take a second. Hold your applause and drop your draws. What? Pause. We got the best reaction channel on this side of YouTube for professional wrestling. Everybody say hello to A&B Combos Wrestling Edition. Good to have you here, A&B. Overall show was aight. Crown Jewel is a money grab PLE, so it is what it is. But that Cody match in the beginning was bland, stale toast. It picked up after the crowd waved. Like the video. You heard him. He says, give the video a like. You give that video a like, or I'm going to send B after you. Don't make me get B in here. B will whip y'all all into shape. Yeah, show them some love. That's family right there. A&B Combos is family. Okay, what else y'all been saying? Solo is no tribal chief. He can't even beat Cody. But he pinned Roman. But Karma is a bitch for Roman. I agree. Karma's a bitch for Roman. He's reaping what he sowed. Rock is the final boss, who Solo serves. I think that's the ultimate story here. The Rock is in charge of the new Bloodline. Okay, so Jakora Jackson is new? Really? I didn't know that.
It was a decent show. TBH, the Saudi shows are mid.
They usually are mid. Teflon Don. The Mod Father speaks again. But yeah, it's still one of those things where just because it is a Saudi Arabia show doesn't mean you don't have to put effort into it. It's clear they can, they just don't. Well, let me get back to this. So, Jakora Jackson is new. So you're telling me she just picked this shit up like it was nothing? Are we absolutely sure she's not an indie talent? See, now I gotta look it up. Let me look it up. Because she's very good. Let me see. Jakora Jackson. Miss Jackson. Let me see. Miss Jackson. Wikipedia. Because I'm almost certain. Let's see. Jamara Garrett. Jamara Garrett. That's her real name. Okay. Let's see. Professional wrestling career. In August 2021, Garrett participated in a WWE tryout in Las Vegas. Wow. Yep. She's new. Well, okay, Miss Jackson. That's just natural talent then. That's impressive. You know what? I gotta give her credit. I gotta give her credit where credit is due. For her to look this good, this early? Man. That makes me very, very happy. They picked up a good one with her. She's really good. Last Legend is a former WNBA player. Interesting. Which team was she on? Do y'all know? Damian Priest never got a rematch for the World Championship. I'm pretty sure that he'll get that rematch very soon. No, he won't, because he lost to Dominic Mysterio, so that's a lie. Gunther will probably end up fighting CM Punk next. Although I'm not too sure if I want CM Punk losing to Gunther right now. But we'll see. Chadwick Gable if he gets moved to SmackDown. Oh, so Chad Gable taking on LA Knight? Yeah. That'd be nice. Yeah, we don't really have anybody for him to fight. I'm not having him fight no Kevin Owens. Oh, Jesus Christ, don't do that. Bill Goldberg was somewhere else, forgot where exactly. Oh, alright. Let me see here. Super Cody. Like Super Cena. Yeah, that match wasn't it. Devon Miller. Cody Cena strikes again with a predictable outcome of a match. Yawn. He didn't like that match at all. Best matches were the 6-man tag and KO and Orton. Which wasn't even a match. That was more of a segment. Last Legend played for Seattle Storm. Oh, okay. Cool. Cody's match was a snooze fest. So a lot of people didn't seem to like the main event. Glad it wasn't just me. Naomi or Asuka, if she is cleared in the time, should win the Rumble. Oh, win the Rumble? For the women? I think we all know it's Charlotte Flair. Sorry. But yeah, you're right. Honestly, it should be Naomi. Because I'm thinking, well, there's nobody else right now that people are that invested in. So I guess you can have Naomi win. What's next for Gunther? Or rather, who's next? You're next. I don't know. It's probably not going to be Goldberg. CM Punk or Goldberg. Those feel like the natural two choices. I saw someone say Dominic Mysterio. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. Really honest with you. There's a side of me that kind of hopes Dominic beats Gunther just for the reaction. It's not going to happen. But imagine Dominic Mysterio being world champion. Oh my goodness. What a fucking moment that would be. People would be pissed and I would love it. But no, I think they'll end up having Gunther fight probably. I mean, you could always do him and Damian Priest, but CM Punk feels right. CM Punk or Goldberg. Has Becky resigned yet? Becky is semi-retired. Becky has done everything she could possibly do. She wants to be a mom right now. So, someone said Jade Cargill should win the Royal Rumble. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill will have their own WrestleMania match, so probably not. Who takes the title off of Gunther, though? Who do I have beat Gunther? See, I'm thinking someone like a Braun Breaker, Ilya Dragunov, like around those lines. Since Ilya Dragunov is injured, probably not. That's a good question. Who beats Gunther is a very good question. Now, I don't see anyone beating Gunther for a while, though. I think Gunther's going to hold that belt probably for a full year before he drops it. That's a good question. That is a really good question. Who beats Gunther? Someone said Brock Lesnar. Psych! Gunther beats Brock Lesnar all day, every day. Yeah, I would have Braun Breaker do it. Braun Breaker feels right. Gotta build him up for it, though. Gotta build him up. Alright, y'all, let me get out of here. We've talked ad nauseum about this show. I've got my feelings out. It's a skippable show, but what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Someone said Sheamus. Ooh, that'd be great. All those times Sheamus got beat by Gunther, he ends his World Heavyweight Championship reign. Now, see, Sheamus needs to be IC champion. That's the only belt he hasn't won yet. Regardless, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank you all so much for making me a part of your day. As you file out, do all the YouTube things. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and Venmo. Check out Mint Mobile, the lovely people over at Mint Mobile City, Country Nation. Of course, thank the Mod Squad for keeping this a safe space. Hello to A&B Combos. Now things get interesting. There's nothing between now and Survivor Series but great content coming your way. So look forward for more reviews, Raw, SmackDown, AEW, Dynamite, and of course pay-per-view coming this year. Because things are going to wrap up pretty soon. And before you know it, we're in 2025 and we're watching Raw on Netflix. So enjoy these last 2 months of Raw being on USA Network. Because before you know it, you'll blink and it's over with. Take care of yourselves. And I'll catch you guys next time right here in Alyx's world. The place that is, was, and forever will be a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I'm out. Peace.
When you're